stuff. I got stuff for some bags and carriers and things like that. So, oh, we're up. All right, everybody. We're moving. Welcome to Elite Ageless Mindset. I am Nick Best, and this is Jon Andersen. And as always, we're
here every week to be accountable to ourselves and to you guys. Ultimately, we've been doing this a long time, and we got some strategy of how we get it done, and we're here to share it with you guys. So every week, we get a brand new training, a brand new nutrition plan, and we'll help you to be bigger, stronger, better version of yourselves, not only physically, but mentally too. And this week, we're going to talk about getting it done even when you're tired, because I am one of those guys. I'm whooped. And
Jon is the living example of it this morning. Jon is very tired.
Yes. My alarm went off, and I did not want to. And one of the things that I do, this is kind of an interesting one too, brother. I'm sure you're very similar. The standard I have a standard. I don't use the snooze button. When that alarm goes off, snooze is not an option. I get my butt up.
Yeah. That's the alarm goes off. It's time to get up, period.
Yes. Because you hit that snooze and you're already kind of selling yourself short for the day, meaning you're starting, you've already compromised your standard. And so let's talk a little bit about, this is how a standard, a lot of times people don't think about their standard. What are their standards? How do they live? When your standard is you get it done even when you're tired, it makes it a little different deal.
Well, it's like goals and everything else. You set your own standard and you hold yourself accountable to that standard. And you have a standard, I have a standard of when the alarm goes off, it's time to get up and start doing things, because you set the alarm for a reason. So get up and start getting it done. Now, you don't have to like it. You don't have to be all, but you still go get it done. You take care of business. You live up to your own standards that you set, that you put in place. It's not something you brush off. You do not brush yourself off. And that's the biggest thing. And so if you're tired, if you're not feeling good, if you're exhausted, whatever, there's a difference between, just blowing something off and getting it done. It doesn't mean you have to go 1,000% if you're going into the gym or whatever. You just go get the work done. And if you have a lighter day but no matter what, you still go get the work done. You stay on your schedule. You stay to your standard. You hold yourself accountable to your standards, because at the end of the day, the only person that's going to hold you accountable to those standards is yourself anyway.
Yeah, nobody's coming to get you. No one's coming to save you. You are the only one that has that power. And let me give you, for example. So today, I'm setting that alarm. It might as well have been a sledgehammer beating me up. That thing was. But I told myself, you know what? Get your feet on the ground. If you need to take a nap later today, you'll take a nap. I just focused on the fact that A, I needed to get up, and B, I could do something that would help me with the situation. It made it much easier. Kind of like, Nick, you're talking about, hey, training's going to be, I don't want to train today, I'm tired. Well, you just get in there and start moving. You just focus on, the fact that it doesn't have to be perfect. Focus on the fact that you can try to take a nap. Now, obviously it's Sunday, so most people don't work on Sunday, so they can take a nap. So focus on the thing that you need to do and how that thing is going to make you feel good. And even further, like, how can you kind of repay yourself for, going to the gym, getting your work in, even though it's your best day. Think about how good you're going to feel when it's over. I was thinking about how good it was going to feel take that nap when I got up this morning.
Well, it's like you wake up, you get the stuff done, whatever you need to get done. You go eat some food, you sit down on the couch, and you take a nap and you heal, because that's what you're doing when you're sleeping. You're healing, and then you heal, and then you enjoy the rest of the day. And then if you have other things to do, you get it done, and you set your standard to how you want to perform. Because elite athletes, anyone, whether you set a standard for yourself, and they won't accept less. They will not accept less from themselves, other than their 100% best every minute that they have to do it. Elon Musk, like, that dude never sleeps. You know, and he sets
Yeah.
him, he holds himself standard. The guy's reading all the time. He's doing things that he likes to do. And there is literally no one pushing him to do anything but himself and his own standard. And it's so
Yeah.
Brian's like that. John's like that. John's one of the most intense businessmen you will ever run into. And John sets a standard for himself and he executes it at a level that's just unreal. And he does a great job at it. And you're right. You set your standards, you go out, you execute to the level that you expect yourself and and the desire that you have. You set that standard. Nobody else does. Nobody can set it for you.
And on that level too, and thank you for the nice compliment, by the way, brother.
Sure.
On that level, so thank you. The standard, what people don't understand, yes, there's a goal, but your standard is what gets you to the goal. Like if your standard is, oh, when I'm tired, I'm not gonna show up. Well, you think you're gonna get to your goal if your standard is not helping you show up when you need to? Absolutely not. So the goal is, think of the goal as like a checkpoint. Your standard is what creates the behavior patterns that's going to get you to the goal / checkpoint. Because what happens when you get to a goal? Oh man, this is great. You make another one and you keep on going.
Right.
So, yeah.
So,
So
and as we go through life, you set different goals. You set different standards for different things. And okay, well, my body's going to allow me to do this. So I'm going to set the standard to what my body's going to allow and 100% of that. And things will change. And you set your new goals and you set your new standards and you roll on. Just as simple as that. I mean, it's funny how easy a lot of this stuff is to say.
Yes.
But it's not easy to do. Everybody can talk that good game. But it's the people that are doing the things that need to get done when no one's watching. You know, and I mean, and that's the biggest thing. Will you do the right thing when nobody's watching? Will you go execute? Will you do this? If your phone breaks and you can't record a workout for social media, do you still just go get the workout done anyway? You should, but does it happen? I mean, so it's kind of like you have to go out and do the things, the necessary things, set your standard and go out and execute your standard. Now, are there things in life that are going to step in the way? Of course there is. Doesn't mean you change your standards. It just means it's delayed. That's it. And you go right back to your standards.
And a real life example in terms of me, like today. So ultimately, when I change the lives of my clients all the time, but I decided that, okay, I want to continue to do that, but I also want to change the lives of my team members, people that work on my team. And I thought, well, for me to do this really efficiently and make sure that I can, reach this goal of changing the lives of my team, helping people that once had a job they didn't like, have a job they love, I better start getting my ass up at 3 a.m. because I need some extra time to focus when it's just me. And so my alarm goes up at 2:59, which is early. So I reset my own standard that I am getting up and at 2:59, which is basically 3 o'clock. That 1 minute for me just says I'm doing a little bit more, and that little bit more helps me, push forward. But either way, what I'm getting at is I set a standard of myself that I'm going to get up at 3. Because I know that time early in the morning when I'm not bothered is highly efficient for me to do the things I need to do. Because my standard's getting up at 3, because my standard's getting up at 3 with no snooze, I'm up whether I like it or not. And I'm I'm productive. Some days more efficient than the next. But you see, the difference is it's not a goal of getting up at 3. The goal is to help the team, to help to change the lives of my team, my clients. The standard is to get up at 3 so that I have the time to actually apply to that goal. Does that make sense, everyone?
Makes total sense. And that's the thing. You're doing this. Nobody's doing it for you. You came up with this idea, not somebody else. And you're the one who wants to get it executed. And that's who's actually going to do things for you. No one's going to hand you something on a silver platter going, okay, well, you want to do that? Okay, well, here you go. No, you have to go earn it. You have to go put the time in. You have to go put the effort in. No one's going to hand you anything. And that's kind of some of the biggest things you see the younger generations struggle with now is they're so used to being coddled and helped and everything else that they don't have that moxie. They don't have that, I'm going to go get this because I want this. It's just like, okay, well, I want this. Who's going to help me with it?
Yeah.
And that's not how it is.
Yeah.
And
yes.
you reach out and you find things and you learn and you get the help that you need by learning how to do the things. Go ahead, Jon.
I was going to say that what Nick's saying so true. Everybody's different, and everybody kind of has a different position on what they want to achieve, and how they want it. So I'm not saying getting up at 3 is for everyone. I'm not saying this is me. This is a standard that I had recently set for myself about. But I've been inching my way up for that too. So don't think all of a sudden I was waking up at 7 and decided I was going to lock 3 hours off my sleep. That's not how it works.
No.
So, but what I'm getting at is your standard, just like Nick's been saying, you just start in, no matter where you are. If you're in that position where you've never really been pushed and you want to be pushed, you were coddled, just start inching your standard up. When I decided I was going to start creating more time in my day, 3 o'clock was not my first step into the early morning. So just remember your standard. You continue to make your standard better for yourself. You're going to continue to reach goals much faster, more efficiently. And this is, that a lot of times I make the joke, doing the work when no one's looking, it sucks and it's not sexy when you're doing it. But as soon as you separate yourself from the pack, it's sexy as a motherfucker.
No. Yep. Absolutely. 100%. But so hold yourself accountable to your standards.
Yes.
Because again, nobody else is going to. And even if it's not fun, even if it's like, but you're holding yourself accountable. You hold yourself accountable long enough, you will accomplish whatever goal you set out to do. Within reason, of course, but whatever goal you set out to do. And if that goal is to lose 20 pounds and gain 10 pounds of muscle, you're going to do it. If your goal is to just be a better person, be a better dad, be a better wife, be a better anything, human being, better kid, stuff like that, you're going to be better at it because the person that holds you to the highest standard is yourself always.
Then you got to ask yourself, go ahead. Sorry, I thought you were done.
No. It drives me insane when I have something that I want to do or I want to be good at and I mess it up. I don't need somebody to come up to me and go, hey, you messed that up. I know I messed it up. You know what? And it's making me crazy. So I'm going to fix it. I don't need somebody to come point it out and grind it into me. All you got to do is tell me I didn't get it right. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make it right. So it's just because I hold myself to my own standard. Jon holds himself to his own standard. Now, do we have some different standards on different things? Yes, but that's okay.
Of course. We're different people. We're working for different things. And on that level, so the words of wisdom, we always both throw a piece of the action. I'm going to start the words of wisdom off. So we break this, we shut this thing down for today, brother. But my words of wisdom is I'm posing a question. So ask yourselves the simple questions. Do your standards support who you want to become and what you want to achieve? What about you, Nick?
That's pretty profound. my words are wisdom. That's very profound. my words of wisdom is just hold yourself accountable to your standard. Period. The end.
Yeah.
And if you're not living up to your standard, fix it.
That's it.
No matter how uncomfortable it is, get comfortable being uncomfortable and fix your standard. If you have a standard that the goal you want to reach, then change the standard so that you can reach your goal.
That's it.
That's all I got today.
That's it.
You guys
there you have everyone.
Yeah.
That's it. Take those standards and go crush the day. And if you think maybe you need to realign your standards to be who you want to be and achieve what you want to achieve, give that a little thought, because this is good stuff. But more importantly, we're here every week. We're going to see you guys next week, same time, same place, so we can be accountable to ourselves and we can be accountable to you, because that's what we do. See you next week.
Good. Get some.